Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream as we're heading right on into it. It's going to be the losers quarterfinals, I believe, as we have the NM boys going up against the side of the retirement home, which I haven't had much time to be able to cast them, but we're getting right on into it as this is a big series. The New Mexico boys, they came off of a hot 3-0 from, I believe, the losers round 2, or this is their first one they've had since losing the map 5 round 11. But Clip, he has been on another level in retirement home. I mean, they've been putting in some absolute work, but the one player you cannot stop talking about, it's going to be Solar. The guy just simply is on another level when it comes to the AR. He loses a very difficult 1v1 against his challenger's teammate in Antho Jr., but this is going to be a series that has, I can't say that it has map 5 written all over it, but it should be a close one. And Chef, I mean, hopping on into this losers quarters, who do you expect to take this one, the NM boys or the retirement home?
I haven't seen retirement home, so I'm gonna go NM boys. Pretty easy guess there for me. Gumperific, 6-1 though, looking pretty hot. Got the 5 streak, no time on the hill yet. The teammates got his back here. 40-10, working into the hill here. 50 whole seconds up for grabs. Trying to go back and forth. We got Clip in there, trying to work through the team. Able to catch one, looking for one more little face-to-face action, but gets spun around, and there we go. The retirement home is in session. They got the Jello served up here on this point, and they are slurping without the dentures, baby, because they are all on the points. Here we go, Solar.
Oh man, you can hear Gumperific getting hot
in the
background. The retirement home, I think why they named themselves is because they all don't really play too much anymore, and Gumperific actually was a top 16 to top 8 AM. So he is was an incredible player and still is, but both Clip, even though he won the last event, he's now on a new team, and it's because he kind of stopped playing. All these players are what you would consider retired. They just come on in for the LANs now.
Yeah, what better thing to do, right? LAN's definitely more exciting than playing online. If you got the experience for it, come on out and show them up. And we definitely see him showing up here, but we know the NM boys, they got experience out here as well. Zay, Electric, Dahmers, they're all people we've seen before. Solar, we've seen popping off earlier in this event. So they definitely have the skills here. They're just one hill away from taking the lead, so definitely don't be counting them out yet. 15, it was like 20, 25 seconds. They just freed up on that last hill. No one took it. I definitely would have liked to see an NM boys take that one out, but I think they're going for a full 60 here, which is kind of tough to do, but maybe they could get it done.
Potentially, but yeah, the NM boys coming out a little bit sluggish, and that's maybe to the fact that they had a little break, right? So this is their first match in I think about 2.5, 3 hours, Chef. So they had a good time to recharge, but they didn't get a lot of warm-up time. They had a good lunch, and so maybe they're feeling a little bit sluggish coming out of the gates. And right now, though, the administration hill. And speaking of being slow, we all know how the admin life is. Everybody, including the DMVs, everywhere you go, it feels slow, but everybody's hitting hot, and in particular, Jose. And this is actually, what is this right now? 14 team spree. That NM boys going on quite the run.
Yeah. Retirement home hasn't gotten a single kill in a whole hill. Clover was the first one to break that streak. Everyone, I think, might be streaked over there on the NM boys. Like I said, they were going for a full 60, and they almost got it here. They gave up 15, but here we go off to the kitchen. Clover just kind of made easy work of that one in the hill. Trades are coming through. We see Erie working in, trying to get something done here. Minute 7. They're definitely on the back of him. He's the point man. He's the one getting them this score. But looking like maybe they're trying to surround this, hit it from the back, hit it from the side, all angles. This kitchen's a tough one. You got to get them trophies down. Clover, way too hot coming in. His trophy gets trophied, and it's looking like the NM boys are going to be on top with just one man, and there's a lot of time left, too, for him to get surrounded and taken out.
Electric, he tries to go big, but unfortunately not able to do so. Oze, he will fall and clip. Usually on the AR, picks up the submachine gun, and he can still do the work that needs to be done. And Gumperific, remember, he had an 11 or 10-2 start, so since then, he is basically gone, I mean, 3-7, so definitely slow down. And that doesn't make it much better if you are a New Mexico boys fan, because they end up getting a team kill, but it doesn't matter. Electric, he is that stellar of a submachine gun. He's just able to come on in to the cafeteria and grab the last few seconds to scrap.
Yeah, I love that they were playing scrap there. I love that Oze's over there stirring it up, turning them around, slowing it down, and there we go. Solar able to capitalize that turnaround. Right on to the next one. This one's a tough one to get on the hill. You got to get someone in that other building. It's looking like they're trying to get Solar and Oze over there, but they're going to get fooled out as they close in to the point. See Electric right there with his back on the site, waiting for some teammates to help out. Waits for a clip, walks right into his trap. Here we go. Dahmer's trying to work through this building. I think that's through Orange. Gets that kill, and no one's on this side. 25 seconds. Guys, get on the hill. You got to get this time. You ain't going to win if you don't have the points.
Yeah, the P1 is a little difficult, though, because you're wide out in the open, really won't have much support, but Dahmer's kind of playing this one slow. They're all thinking long-term, as it was indeed the 4-leaf Clover who eventually gets plucked down to a 3 as he will drop, but Retirement Home, they are set up, ready to go for this P2 second set, but this has been a very back and forth game. Even though Retirement, this is kind of surprising. I was not expecting them to coming out swinging, but maybe when you're come off fresh of a recent series, your gun is still humming hot.
Yeah, you have that motivation coming in from the last one. Like you said, the NM boys got to relax for quite a bit. I will say, Retirement Home's getting the positions, getting these sites, but the NM boys, they've been fooling out. Full 4 wipes, 3 wipes. They've been doing a really amazing job getting them kills. The teammates watching each other's back, and you see that when they lose with 20-30 seconds, I think that's when they are losing on the score. They're just not able to get enough time on each of these hills, and they're just staying slightly behind. I think they are catching up gradually, so we'll see how it goes into this next hill, which they have a pretty okay setup.
And Clover, he might get a really good timing or a bad timing. No, he catches out Solar. The player above him comes flying out. Oze, but a trade is there from Airy. We haven't talked his name or even spoken at all, as he's 15-15, so he's having a solid game as a submachine gun for the home. And I was talking to Clip after the pool play yesterday, because they came out of Group A with a 1-3 record, and Clip was saying, hey, yeah, we don't really play anymore, and we were taking it too seriously. We weren't loose. We were feeling uptight. And he said, we all play better when it is, clear communication, having a good time. Vibey is what he said. And maybe today on Championship Sundays when you want to have those vibey feels.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be off of each other. When you're playing so much, there's certain communication that you just don't need to have so much. You don't have to repeat as often. And, it really just cleans up the comms in the game, and that's what it's all about if you're trying to just focus on strategies rather than getting your players where they need to be. They just figure out their job, get it done, and then navigate throughout the course as they see fit, playing off of the opposing strats that they see in the game. See, Dahmer's there on a nice 2 streak, is going to get answered. I've seen a lot of good slaying power from the NM boys. Now look at the lead that they take. They're on this hill, not too good of a setup, looking like they're going to get collapsed in on admin. But Electric, wow, he is really playing Clover like a fiddle. Oh my gosh, he just could not get in there. Just enough time for Oze to get the double, baby. There's Dahmer's getting in now. That's a full wipe again. NM boys, slow start, but fast finish is what I'm seeing.
Since the first set of rotation has ended, Retirement Home has gotten 13 points, Chef. The New Mexico boys have gone, oh no, I just saw a few body shots as well, my goodness. But they have gone, I think, on a 140-point to 15 run, Chef, since the first set of rotations, and it is showing in the score line. And right now, though, they're set up for the cafeteria, and maybe this is the hill just to get them enough and get another clean set of hills.
Yeah, full 60 in the kitchen is a tough one on this one. It really comes on the back of throwing those trophies in there. See Dahmer's beautiful double with another kill there. 5 in a row for Dahmer's. I hear some screaming back there. He's having some fun. Some more time on the hill here. 20 seconds left. You know, it's not over until it's over. The NM boys are looking pretty hot. I love what I'm seeing. No one really focusing on next too much, but I mean, NM boys, I think they'll nickel and dime their way into this map 1.
And they absolutely should be able to, because it's going to head to that P1, and they've done actually a pretty good job of at least keeping players off of it, or even getting a little bit of that time. And like you said, 17 seconds, you should be able to just scrap up a few, as long as you just don't keep getting clean wiped. Gumperific, unfortunately, looking the wrong way, and Jose, he's already done enough as he does get one. Airy somehow stays live, but oh, he gets a second as a player just falls right into his lap as he is flying across this map. Can he get another one? Airy on 4 in a row. Oh my goodness, I thought he was about to snap onto Solar, but it is short-lived, and now, of course, the AR comes to play. You get 3 or 4 down, 9 seconds, and you have one opportunity for Retirement Home to keep this game alive.
Yeah, it's all on Clover trying to wipe it out. Able to get one, can't get another. 4 seconds left. I don't really see them getting it, but oh, wow, they cannot get close in. Gumper takes it. I mean, just under 100 needed from Retirement Home. Hey, the math is there. You can still get it up to 249, right? So it could be anyone's game. They don't have too clean of a setup here. See what Dahmer's can get done. He does get taken out, but here comes the push in, and M Boys trying to get through, but they all get wiped out. Electric is gonna close this one out, possibly wins his fight into the next one. I mean, ooh, wow, that shouldn't have been as aggressive as it was there from Retirement Home, but I do like that they kept in it till the end. 250, 190, not too bad of a match.
Not too bad at all, and unfortunately, guess what happened to the Retirement Home? Unfortunately, their knees gave out. They were shaking. They probably had their cans, and they were trying to slow walk their way to the finish line. Unfortunately, it was not fast enough. Clip having a little bit of a slow start as he went 19 and 28, a only 2,000 damage game. And typically all these players, I believe, are more AR-esque. So Clip was telling me this as well. They have 3 ARs on the team, and when you really need that second submachine gun, it's hard to have that player. Eerie, you can tell, is definitely that entry sub type of player, but Clip, I think he's just kind of filling in a role right now. And like you said, he has a bunch of players that are technically retired and don't really play Call of Duty that often, but still, you're in the losers quarterfinals. You're playing up against maybe one of the top seeds in this entire tournament, 250 to 190, and honestly, you started off great. Slowed down. Now you just have to hit that reset button, which you know these veterans can do. Can they get it done when it comes to the search and destroy? And we're going to be heading on into the LCLO.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they slowed down. I think it's just NM Boys sped up. They started it quite slow for sure. Really far behind, but it seemed like they really caught their pace. It was on the back of Dahmer's, catching a lot of doubles through there. Electric with amazing positioning, getting his team right where they needed to, getting those spawns right up close. Zay, a lot of good stuff from him. Solar, pretty average run on that one for him, but hey, it's that baseline everyone can fall back to. And Retirement Home, I think they were just under average where they needed to be throughout that one. Not really turning it up through it. I think that they need to realize the loser goes home after this, and the winner, it only gets harder from here.
It absolutely only gets harder because guess what? You have, I believe it's Infinite, Florida eSports, the #1 seed coming on in to this playoff side. Yeah, waiting in the wings, and that is a team you really do not want to be going up against. And to be completely honest, this seems like an NM Boys 3-0 kind of waiting to happen. Granted, if they kind of botch this map 2, there is a potential to go to a map 4. I don't see this one going all the way to map 5. It's pretty cut and dry. Like you said, there's just a few problems that the side of, I think, the Retirement Home just can't overcome. And it's kind of showing right now. They can't keep up pace-wise, especially when it comes to the submachine gun prowess.
Yeah, you know, their fight against Zaza was a close one, 3-2. It looks like they are in a silo, so let's go ahead and head on in, see how this one goes. NM boys, I love their S&D strats that I see out. Retirement home on that last one. You know, if there's one thing the old heads can get done, it's some S&D. It never really changes from game to game. The strats stay pretty similar. The 1v2s, the 1v3s, and so on are always the same. It comes down to that experience just in Call of Duty in general and how your shots are getting hit. So let's see how these old heads work up against the NM boys.
The old heads in particular, it's Clover finding that first lucky shot, grabs a second, a great read onto Electric, Gumperific, takes down Jose Solar. We've seen you do some incredible things, but a 1v4, no dead sounds in the back pocket either. You have a lot of problems, and oh goodness, Clover, that's 3 for him. A great way to start off for the side of retirement.
Yeah, really sent a message there. You know, normally, from what I see, whoever wins the first hard point ends up losing 2 or 3 rounds in a row to start off the S&D, because it's just a different pace. And everyone got in their locations. Everyone shot their shots and hit their target. Retirement home, amazing first round there, especially on the back of Clover with that triple start. You know, NM boys now on the attack to see if they can match that energy into this one.
Trying to match that energy indeed, and I think if you're retirement home, it's clear there the submachine guns just might not be the strength for the home. And so if you're in the New Mexico boys, I think you need to start taking over that A site, start getting aggressive, play your trades. But Solar, my goodness, the man has eagle eyes out there, and guess what? They go immediately into the A site as well, clear out clip. Now Clover, he's left in the 1v3, and he will go down, and just like that, you flip it around, and their 401k just disappeared.
Oh my god. Yeah, I flipped the script. Exactly what we just seen from retirement home. The NM boys answer it right back. You know, this is looking like an attacking kind of game, the way it just went back and forth there. Evenly matched in score, but not evenly matched in the rounds. So we'll see how it ends up here. Everyone right down the line, all asparagus sticks for New Mexico boys. Clover was leading off on that last one. You know, are they relying on Clover to pop off again, or are they going to be able to stay as consistent as NM boys clearly was there?
And they're deciding to change this one up, so I like the quick adjustments they are making. They're trying, or at least testing the waters at B, but it looks like the setup is pretty solid. Clover will drop Solar with the Overwatch. Clip does get aggressive, but Dahmers is also there, and that's the most unique thing I think Dahmers brings to the table. And the one criticism I had for him coming out of the other LAN is he was kind of always that player that would sit back and not be able to reinforce fast enough. Now he has completely swapped that around. He is always with his teammates, but he's playing just close enough so he can get those trades, and he comes away with 2 in that round.
Yeah, clearly Asilo's a very comfortable map for every player out there. They're moving through this like they know everything going on, all the spots. They know exactly where their opponent's going to be ending up. And I love to see it. I love to see the comfortableness of all the players out there. I would like to see a little more objective play. I think that might be the wild card if we could get a bomb down to really change up the pace.
Absolutely, and Gumperific, he does open up with the first. Can he find a second? Him and Dahmers, they are exchanging shots, but no tags coming on through for either player. So the TAC 56, unfortunately, it's a 7.62, but it can't make it through solid concrete, and Erie has his dead silence, finds another first blood. And so you're going to try to get this bomb down, and guess who you're relying on? Your submachine guns, and they're gonna split. I don't like that play call. I think you're just gonna have to stick together. The split wasn't the way to go. The retirement home, they clearly, you know, they weren't trying to work up the stairs. They had a little clear ramp, straight path to get that round on the board.
Yeah, instead of 2v1ing people with a chance, you know, you're putting yourselves with 2 1v4 situation possibilities. And, you know, the math ain't adding up. It ain't Scooby-Doo. Don't be splitting up out there. You got to be working together in them 2v4s. You have the bomb down. You know, you have somewhat of an upper hand with that bomb possession. Like I said, that's that wild card. And I don't think that they played to the strength of that. They should have stayed in there, defended it up, hit their shots. And I think they could have came out with that one. But, hey, you know, back and forth, nothing wrong with that. 2 up for the S&D, and a little reminder there, NM Boys is up 1-0 in the series, and loser goes home.
Loser does go home, and for a lot of these players, that's a long drive or flight home indeed. The New Mexico Boys, I believe it was a roughly a 6 to 8 hour drive, so they have a long way to go back home. And I think a few players from the side of retirement home, they're right next door. I think there's not too many players more than an hour or two away, so not too far, but nobody wants to be that team going home in the loser semis. But look at Electric, and this is what you want to see. He did this so much the last time we cast him, so aggressive when it comes to the El Asilo flanks, and he does it once again.
Yeah, Clip really got away from his life there, but I feel like everything's so one-sided. Like we're not seeing good rounds here. We're just seeing a lot of back and forth, a lot of attacking teams getting the wins. NM Boys gets that one. Why do you think that is, Graf? Like it's even in score set, but never even in the round.
The only problem I think for it is I think the NM Boys, when they play on the defense, they're getting aggressive, but on the attack, they are not doing the same. They feel very reserved, so they're not playing to their strengths, even with them being such an aggressive team with Electric Dahmers and then having Solars and cleaning up. Zay is just, you know, man, I hate to say it, he's sometimes just where he needs to be. He doesn't need to do anything special. He is that role filler on the team, but we have seen him before, and this is the aggression I'm talking about. The team firing, that's 3 players, but Gumperific does get off a stun and a nade. But I like this. They're getting aggressive. Oh, but unfortunately, the Gunny is too strong from the Grandpa Gump. As it is Clip finding the third, a 1v4, but like you said,
again, one-sided.
One-sided.
Jose, last one left. I love the push towards B, but big old Gumpy, he took out 2 of them very cleanly. I know that they're the retirement home, but that eyesight, I mean, they must have got some LASIK surgery, because they're looking at stuff that I'm only seeing because I got outlines on them. Like, that is insane out there, so good on them for that. Good defense setup. Oof, man, just back and forth, one-sided matches. It could go either way. I'm seeing round 11, and maybe that 11th round we'll see an even round. But we'll have to get there first.
And potentially a redemption for Solar, because you know if there's one round he could get back, it was against his old teammate, or against his teammate Antho Jr. in the winners semis. Wasn't able to clutch it up. But look at the eyesight, like you said, it's because we can see the outlines. I would never be able to see these guys from range. Is now, again, it's another one-sided affair. Finally, Clover gets it to manageable. Can Gumperific make it even more so? Because they are just taking shots, but now in a 1v3, Gumper, can he do it? Oh, he almost, but not enough. The New Mexico Boys, they take, again, just a 1-round lead. They are exchanging blows.
I'm seeing a lot of at-range fights here, Graf, and I'm thinking if only there was a weapon that they could use for these long-range engagements that would really just one-side the fights, you know? And I'm not seeing it in the hands of everyone. Like the eyesight's looking good, but, you know, maybe on the attack they want that sniper, because on the defense, it just looks like they can't peek it into the Hellfire. But I mean, if you're able to just peek that one shot into an AR, I think that it could work in their favor. So I would have liked to seen a sniper out on this map.
And guess what? Gumper
again
right back to the spot, like you said, and he has not moved from here. He has made this his home. And Dahmers, is he going to get ripped for the second time on the attack off from that heady? Not quite. Solar's getting back up. Look at Clover. He's coming in on this quick flank, but he doesn't go for the player in the back. So I don't know how I feel about this. He needs to take down Solar, and he should have done this a little bit earlier. Now he might have just wasted too much time, and he did. And that might cost him. And it's all the New Mexico Boys from there.
Yeah, New Mexico Boys, great round there. Able to get 2 in a row. I think that will be the series there as we went back and forth, back and forth. So now on match point, you know, they got to get 3 in a row now for the NM Boys. So it's gonna, or retirement home, it's gonna be tough for them to get through on that. I mean, the sniper really would be ideal. You know, a Gumper was on there, got a shot in every single body out there. Just takes one peek of a sniper, just one shot, and you're never throwing your head out there again against that sniper. It just locks down the lanes. I think it needs to go in the hands of somebody. But if that's not your strong suit, I respect not picking it up.
Yeah, not the strong suit. And I know how you feel, Chef, about the sniper. If somebody's not doing well with it, you say put it away. Gumper, I don't think he needs to pull out the sniper. He's 9-5 right now for his squad.
I'm saying against him.
Against him, absolutely. A Solar. Wow, ooh, he might have just bamboozled everybody right here at Clip. He has no idea that player was right above him. And Solar is just playing this one so patient. This is actually a pretty solid setup, unless if they come all the way back and catch Solar, but takes down Gumper.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it takes down Clover.
No.
Solar is there. Oh, and oh my no!
He got the kill with the daddy.
That didn't just happen. What? Oh, what a hip fire in Clip. You somehow get out with your life. He has dead silence, and he's going up against Solar. This is a 1v1 redemption. Can Solar close this one out? He's not getting good timing, but the shots are clean. Who's got it? And it's Solar who gets it done. 3 to send the side of the NM boys 2-0 up in the series.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone win a gunfight from the disadvantage. Already hit. Popping dead silence. I think every hip fire hit chest up on that one. The odds of that happening are impeccable. Really got him into that 1v1 situation that wouldn't have got him there before. Amazing finish there. I love seeing a good round finally between the two teams. And them boys, they earned it. They earned it for sure. Going into this next map, Graf, what is the next map? Where are we going here?
It's going to be the Himmelmat Expo, and I just want to go back. Clip, he almost had that right. That would have been a very momentum change, a very big momentum changer. But yeah, like you said, that hipfire was insane. Sometimes you just get that RNG, right? It just somehow all the bullets land where you need them to. Remember, he got hit down to 1, so all I think Solar needed to do was take one shot through a wall, through anything. He would have finished him a little bit sooner. Either way, the AR against the submachine gun at close range, majority of the time you would say that sub, but not today. Solar is just too quick with it. But now heading on into that expo, I mean, that's such a momentum killer. Even though it's a 250, 190 map 1, a 6-3 map 2, this series feels a little bit closer than it actually is. But the mid-round adjustments help the NM boys take that search and destroy.
Yeah, retirement home, they came out hot, and then NM boys answered it hot, and everyone was hot every single round. It was very one-sided until the NM boys really picked up what the retirement home was doing. Gumper pretty much went to the same spot every time. I've seen Airy pretty much going the same routes every time. Clover and Clip definitely changed it up quite a bit. They had those 3 pieces, the double kills, so good on them for that. The NM boys, they were just kind of all over the map. I love how everyone was switching it up. We've seen a lot more B pushes than we usually see in a set of a CeeLo. But Expo, speaking of things we don't normally see, it's going to be interesting. The retirement home team can't really bring any experience into this one, with it being a map that's newest to the set. NM boys, I feel like they can adapt very easily coming into this map that I know everyone has the least amount of experience on. Some people do enjoy it, some don't. But the B site pretty heavy on the attack, and the A site pretty good for the defense. So we'll see. But I think the NM boys will be able to adapt a lot better than the retirement home.
And not to mention, they came off of a series where, they lost a map 5 round 11, but guess what? They 3-1 the Beaver Elation on this exact expo. So they feel pretty good coming on into it. They said Hotel is actually their strongest in almost every single mode, but they said they have only won 1 map of Hotel, or maybe 1 or 2 maps the entire time. So they said, hey, we're just going to throw this one away. Just a little bit of an insider information. Don't know if that's going to help out any teams watching, but still, they're not feeling the most confident on Hotel right now. They're vetoing it, and now they're kind of trying some maps that are kind of new in their pool that they didn't feel like were their strongest, but when it came to LAN, they turned up, and they're doing really well for them.
Yeah, I completely respect banning Hotel the bat, because that's everyone's fall. Like, they're like, all right, Hotel. Hotel. If you say, you know what, don't pick Hotel, now the team got to talk, because every team's like, just do Hotel. But I mean, you're already spinning up the gears. You're already in their head when you ban now, because it's not a very common one to ban. Usually most people like it. So, I mean, I love the call. I love the call. Now, Embassy of CeeLo off to Expo. Look like a lot of players are in there. Expo, what'd you say? The NM boys got 3-1 on Beaver the last time they were here?
They 3-1 to Beaver, so they actually smoked them on the map,
wow.
and they kept it pretty close. And that was this morning, Chef. Weren't you here for it? I thought you were. Maybe that was just me. Oh, that was the one. Yeah, that was the one right before you came on in. So they looked really good on Expo. Their teamwork, it was impeccable. Their ARs were turning up, their submachine guns. Everybody steps up when you need to from the side of the NM boys. Fortunately, it looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty from one of the players joining on in. So everybody, don't go anywhere. We got map 3, Himmelmat Expo, coming up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we are heading on into the map 3 Game and Chef, along with myself, Graph the Giraffe, Dax 737. But we're coming on in, the NM boys, 2-0 up in this series. It's looking like this should be a swift 3-0.
I will see. The NM boys, they definitely have what it takes to get it done from what we've seen. The adaptability and, just their history through here. Taking down the Beavers 3-1, that says quite a lot. Clip going to try and slow down the progression here. Oh, he just got a punch kill here from Jose. Would have liked to have seen how that just happened. But nothing really happening too crazy here. B is kind of free, especially if Clip falls here, which he does. Erie going to get in there possibly. Going to try and slow him down. Oh, Jose just turned around. Not really going for B. I think they're just trying to focus on A here, and it's looking like they're getting it. Oh my gosh, what a setup from the NM boys here. Go for the hard one first. We've seen it work before, and it's going to work again.
Jose is tearing it up with the AR. You typically see him with the submachine gun, always trying to dolphin dive his way out. Unfortunately, not able to do so, as Electric will find one as he's trying to cut off any more of the reinforcements. Solar is there. Will he be able to stay alive? As he comes out, Clip, he will stop that third tick from coming on in, but this will open it up towards that B site as he is roaming around the top side of the theater. Jose somehow stays alive. Clip just not able to finish his food, as he will let that player slip on through. Jose, though, still sitting on into the point. Will he get a turn and burn? No, Clip took his time, ends up finding the kills. So far, retirement, they're holding on, but not for long, because Dahmers, might be able to get this A site.
Yeah, Dahmers just hasn't moved. He's chilling. He's just, cooking his Pop-Tart in the toaster over there, waiting for it to pop on up, and there it is. He's going to move right on over to B. He's relaxing there, 2 and 3 with the cap. Moving on over. I think there's progression. Yeah, we're halfway through B, trying to get in. A lot of players throwing their bodies in there from the retirement home. Seeing a nice setup from the NM boys. There we go. Clip able to catch a double. Good on him for that, but it is just a 50-50 shoot through here. I hear some screaming back there. Dahmers is doing a great job here, holding off, waiting for his teammates to file in, and it's just battle of the ages here. 4 on both sides of who gets this B site.
The only problem is you do not have many lives left to deal with, and you have 1 minute and 23. So this is what it could come down to. But you grab a quick 2, and maybe that's the chance. But look at number 4. I want to go to Electric. He's on the deepest of flanks, and he should be able to find one for free. He absolutely does. Solar up top will go 1 for 1, but now he's going to have to deal with Clip. And the shots do come out as the pre-fire was in, but Electric still wins it. And wow, that is a big one. And now he's getting pre-fired, trying to stay alive. He needs a little bit of help from his teammate. The trade will eventually come through. It's a 7v5, Chef.
Yeah, 7v5 I think is what it's going to come to here. 5v5. Wow, with that 2 in a row for retirement home. No respawns now. And it's going to probably be very even here. Yeah, no respawns up. We got a search and destroy match here, and it's a 4v3. Clip will not be returning this round, and neither will Electric. Those are 2 very strong players. I don't think B is really necessarily what they should be going for. Should be playing for picks. And M boys are very split up as they try to get in. Dahmers catches his kill. Erie's just get out of there, man. He's like, I gotta play my life. 1v3. 2 are on the site. Now Erie has a lot of uphill to do.
Oh, and he's trying to get it done. He's trying to get it done. He snakes one, and he might be able to do this if he stays alive. Oh, he challenges.
He has to run into the nade.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just didn't have enough time. They double stacked it, and he felt like his hand was forced. The NM boys barely coming out, but again, it's been these very close situations that feels like the NM boys, they have the ice.
Yeah, what an amazing end there, too. I love how they forced him out of there to walk right into the grenade and their fire. They're making sure he's dead 3 different ways. It looked a little dicey there, but they got the carrots all diced up into the end. NM boys there with the round win. Great work in that S&D 4v4 at the end of the control. Sometimes that's just how it ends up. This is a bit slower of a map, so it either comes down to time or comes down to lives sometimes. But here we go, Retirement Home with a nice hot start.
A great start indeed, as it is Electric finding one. The kill feed, it is lighting up blue. Will there be any more? Gumperific, he is there to shut him down. Having a little bit of a slow start here when it comes to the Expo. Either way, he is just such a solid player. Like I said, he was a top AM for a long time in his career, coming out of the retirement home to play on in this LAN with his buddy Clip, Erie, and Clover. But they are on the doorstep from getting eliminated, and who has been running rampant? It's Electric. MC, my man, is charging at every single buddy, and he wins. Another one. Oh, he did get the reload though, and that might have cost him. He might have been able to find that kill on the Clip.
Yeah, what an amazing series there, watching them. And now off to the kills here. We're a full wipe ahead with the NM boys on the back of that beautiful trio kill there. A is still in the sights of Gumper. He's in there waiting for his teammates to come in. Here's the footsteps, turns around, gets the kill, gonna get traded out. That tick is there, but look at the timer. 20 seconds left. They're trying to inch their way into B. The NM boys are a little sporadic, spread all over, but I think they're going to collapse in together and get done what needs to get done. Solar's just chilling, making sure no one rotates out towards A. And his teammates work through this B site, and that's exactly what they're doing with these kills here. Interesting. Clover needs to pick up something here. Not sure he's going to be able to. Oh, there we go. Gumper, Erie, everyone doing their job here. B might fall.
And it absolutely could, because they are they're actually stacking both points. So where do they decide to go? Erie's holding off A by himself, and he actually finds a double, and now he might be able to get it done, but a double happens on the other side. Average complete. Erie with 3. The man is doing it all by his lonesome. Oh, can he find the 4th? And just he gave up the pre-fire for a half a second, and Dahmers will take him down.
Yeah, 2 ticks on A. B is gone. The timer's ticking. Lives are close enough to call it even. Solar's on that site to defend, but look at this stack attack coming from the back with the retirement home. Solar is going to get surrounded here. Interesting if they're going to be able to find him. See, Clover's going to have to work through this house. Very slow attack just because of this one man. And New Mexico boys, I'm not sure where Oze's really looking here. I think he's going to try and work in, trying to get Gumper from the back, but it is stacked and packed. And Dahmer's going to try and work out something here. A little bit of trades coming back and forth. There's still one man on it as they look to end it out. It's contested through 7v6. It is right on the hair. They have to get in there and clear it out. I think that's going to be the hair that they needed. And there goes that round. Retirement home answering it back. It's tied 1-up in control.
This one coming down to the wire indeed. Both of these two teams, wow, I mean, the retirement home, they have woken up like they just had some orange juice for their morning breakfast, but it is sitting at the evening. As we are switching sides, it's tied 1-1. I was expecting this to be a pretty clean, quick expo. Thinking that New Mexico boys were going to take it, but look where we are. It's tied up at 1 apiece, and it's been relatively close. Dahmers having a little bit of a, not necessarily the stat line we're used to seeing him at, 9 and 15. Not saying that he's doing bad, but also not at the top of his game. But you have Erie, who has stepped it up drastically on the side of the home.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's definitely stepping it up. Looking at that 18 and 12. His movement's right there. He feels that electric coming through the doorway. There we go. Goes for the push. All headies and deady. Eerie popping off. I love seeing him in this series doing so well. Electric has been pretty even, but usually we see him in this position that Eerie's been working through. The map coverage, I will say, from Retirement Home is quite expansive, especially with that kill that Eerie just got off of Electric. And they're collapsing. We've seen spawn traps work quite well here. They slip on into B, and Retirement Home's going to have a little bit of a battle to work through this as the respawns fill right in behind him.
And Clip, unfortunately, throws a nade, and that will block off his only exit as he has to go 1v1 against Dahmers, who will hop on in. They should be able to get this triple cap relatively quick. I'm not sure if Eerie's really wanted challenge this one. He can. But now they're actually finding a few of these gunfights 1-for-1, and beautiful timing as they do end up holding on to that B site, but they are still putting that pressure right into the face of the Retirement Home as Clover, he knows one more is here. Will he get this gunfight against Solar? Pre-fires in, but the team chow is there, and finally the B side will be capped.
Yeah, I love that Clover, he played his life, waiting for his teammates to go on and fill in, see if they can get his back. Slowed down the map quite enough to get at least A defended up, so good on him for that, slowing the pace down, making sure they're not pushing in too hard. But B does fall. That puts us at a minute left. Lives are tied up. Score set's looking pretty good all over for KD's. Retirement Home might be a little bit more on the positive side. You know, Gumper had a little rough game here, 12 and 16. On the flip side, we got 11 and 18 on Dahmer. So again, everyone's pretty even on both sides. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. But here comes the attack. They are in there. They're wiping them clean. Gumper with a very important kill there, down to 13. He's not going to be able to re-engage for a minute here. And it's double stacked. 2 ticks gone, and it is close.
And here comes the 1v1s on either side. It will go the way of the Retirement Home, and the break was in. And Eerie takes down Jose. And by the way, he is having a pop-off map 3, 25 and 17. One of the players from each of the from each squad is actually doing extremely well, and that is Eerie, 23 and 18, 26 and 18 from Jose. As everybody still exchanging shots. And this is how the first offensive round went. It came down to a 3v1, but now it's an 8v8. One more tick left to deal with as they're trying to hunt down this player in number 6, which is Eerie, just causing a little bit of ruckus in the backside. He's still alive.
Yeah, Solar is right there working around it, waiting for his teammates to come in. I'm seeing the bum rush coming through from the NM boys right across the mid line here. Somehow 7 died there way in the back. I like that Electric. He's the route man. He's trying to work his way around, and it's definitely what he's doing. From the front attack, they can't get anything done. 3 seconds left. No respawns from across the board. He has to touch it. Just a little too slow on that rush, and Retirement Home's going to take that one. I love how close these come down to 2 and 1. You know, are we going to see this 3 and 1? I know that you said the NM boys are going to get it, but what are we seeing different here? What are they doing, you know, worse, and what is Retirement Home doing better than what we've seen from Beaver?
They've been playing each other's angles extremely well, and not to mention they're playing in some very strange positions. They've, in particular, I think it's Gumperific and Clip who have put themselves in phenomenal spots, and not to mention, Eerie just isn't losing many close-range gunfights. He's been finding a lot of these routes to go in on the quick flanks, and on the side of the NM boys, it's pretty clear. Dahmers, 13 and 21. This is just a slow game, and so when you're so used to having 2 ARs absolutely frying, and when you don't, it's clearly they are deficient as a team when one is not, you know, keeping up with the rest.
Yeah, it's a great inspection there from you. Now looking at here, you know, on the attack, I don't think they have that tick there, just about the progression. But, you know, we have the entrance blocked off. They're not going to be able to refill in here quite as easily into this B site. Now halfway through the second tick as he tried to get through. Clover on the double. Gumper gets his kill. Oh my gosh, that's a full wipe. This B is out of there. Look at A already in there. I love when they push towards A because they don't know how they split it. Is it 3-1? Is it 2-2? Or is it 1-3? So it forces you as the defending team, how do we send it? Do we give up the one and push the next? You know, and that little staggered step really helps out the attacking team. And I'm not seeing it from a lot of players, but from this series here, I am seeing the retirement home able to hit both points at the same time.
And they've been doing a great job playing that 50-50, and that causes a lot of the defending teams to have to pick a side. You really don't want to get into 2v2 engagements on both sides, because that just means no matter what, if you end up losing those engagements, you lose that site, and you could lose the defense from both fronts. So you don't usually want to go into those type of situations. We have seen it once in the NM boys. They did end up winning all the engagements and held on, and now it's a matter of trying to get and keep this A site from going down to at least have a chance at extending it to around 5.
Yeah, beautiful double coming in here. Zay already in the 30s. Erie and Clover trying to tie that up in their own 30s. Look at retirement home, all on the attack, trying to just find where their strength is. They're kind of pushed back into their corner spawn, trying to work their way through this car. Just see him peeking it. Look at Electric just playing with them, slowing it down. 1 minute left. They're only 2 lives ahead. The New Mexico boys, they got a nice defense here. There is a hole though that just shown up. Zay's gonna have to do some double, triple, quadruple work as his teammates go and file in. There's one looking for another. Zay's one in to turn up. He is the guy, but Dahmer's now by himself. Look how far back he is. Retirement home. If they take this one, that's it. They're gonna be able to take this whole path.
But guess what? Dahmers goes big. He finds a 2-piece, and I don't know why he wasn't looking at Gumper. He could have been able to take that, but he does just enough to delay this attack. Erie's going to hop on in, but immediately the trades are there. It's a 9v7 retirement. You still have time to work a few of these kills, and if you're able to hop on in, but look, Electric is pushed up. The trades are immediately there. 18 seconds left on the clock, Chef, and that is 3 members down, and this should be the floodgates opening for retirement home.
Oh my gosh, we've seen the same thing almost every round. Down to no respawns, down to seconds, not much left. Very slow A attack though, and here comes Solar trying to get something done. That might just be it there as everyone flows in. Retirement home with the 3-1, the complete opposite of the read going off of the previous time they were here. And hey, that's exactly what they needed to do to extend this series as we go into map 4 here. So good on them for answering this back. Do we have a potential reverse sweep?
If retirement home pull off this reverse sweep, truly anything is possible. I mean, granted, they are some incredible players, but I just was not expecting them to steal this map 3 in the way that they did. It was dominating. Granted, it came down to lives a few times, but they're keeping up in this late department. Guess what? Erie, their submachine gun, stepped it up. Clip doing a great job playing annoying angles. Gumperific, yeah, he didn't necessarily outslay, but he wasn't throwing away his life. And that's the biggest thing. If you are not able to get kills, do not just be running out there and saying, hey, here's a free kill and a free death for that other side. And now heading on into map 4, it's going to be a fortress. This is tough because your submachine guns have to be on point. Electric, he is there. It's going to be him versus Erie. And then on the other side, it's going to be Zay going up against Clip. That is going to be the battle I'm looking for.
Yeah, with Fortress, you know, it's, I don't want to call it easily breakable. I think it's what, P3 is the only one that is the hardest one to break, but all the rest is a lot more open slots. There's a lot more holes to get through. And retirement home, if we've seen one thing from that map on Expo that we just seen, their defense was looking quite good. Gumper, once he gets stationed up, he pretty much gets done what he needs to. Clip getting doubles and triples where he needs to. Clover, same thing. Erie getting those routes. That SMG just working his way through the New Mexico boys. But, you know, on the flip side, Dahmer's seen him doing a lot. Electric MC, you know, was on the flank, but it wasn't extremely successful throughout that series on that last map. Zay did very well. A lot of doubles, a lot of triples. Solar was pretty all right getting in there in the site, making sure he's getting that time for his teammates here. But, you know, on that embassy, it was 250, 190. The retirement home guys, they started out very slow. Actually, the New Mexico boys started out very slow, but, you know, the retirement home didn't pick up speed, is what I'm trying to say here. And they pretty much was very level, flat all the way through. You know, and the New Mexico boys got to 247, but before retirement home really started playing very well. So, maybe they're able to keep this momentum up from that last 3-1 win. But I think the New Mexico boys is going to be able to take this next map.
We'll just have to wait and see, because now, I mean, this is really anybody's game. And if you have, I heard them, chirping off, because they are in the room right next to me. Everybody's sounding off, and this is a team that plays with a lot of passion. And like you said, they wanted to have this opportunity to push it to the map 4. They had a really good map 3. We weren't really expecting it, but they did. And this is a team that needs to have the vibes, and maybe this is what they needed to do, was just get the series to another map. Just take it one map at a time. Try to complete that reverse sweep. And if you right now are the New Mexico boys, you haven't gotten reverse swept. You have completed a reverse sweep, but you've gone to a lot of map 5s, and that is a concern for me. That just means you aren't able to close out series relatively quick. It seems like every single time we see this squad, it's like a 3-1 or a 3-2. Not many 3-0s. We did happen to see it earlier. It's just a few and a far between.
Yeah, and for how tight these games are looking, it's only gonna get crazier as they go against Infinite Florida and Denver Surrender. Chilling up there, waiting to see who wins that one. And Beaver, they're just chilling on the beach right now. They have lots of free time waiting for them to come on up. But I like seeing these longer series. I'd like to see a map 5 here. But I mean, the hard point is definitely, I think, the NM boys' upper hand here.
I couldn't agree with it more than what you just said, Chef, because we are coming in to a map where it's going to be a hot and heavy. I saw people saying Solar and Zay were going to drop a 40.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but we'll happen to see. And everybody's saying this is Solar's map. So I'm feeling very confident on the AR, but who opens up with the kills? It's the old retirement home, as they are going to try to take down. And that is 3 members who drop Solar, though. He comes in on a deep flank, finds a second. Is he going to be asking for the third? Dahmers is there for the help. And just like that, you flip the spawns and you get a little bit of that P1 time.
Yeah, P1 looking quite nice here for the NM boys. I'm liking the setup to see what Clover can get done on this push. Not much. He's looking like Solar's going to have to take down 2 different directions as he works his P1. Just holding it off. Hill time got the kills already. 25-6. Gumper trying to sneak in there. Solar just playing this truck like a fiddle. Now he got him scared over there on columns. Gumper didn't know what to do but lay down. A good P1 here. Look at that score. Usually you don't see too many people playing it. And his teammates on the back of Solar there was able to hold off the spawns. Here comes a full 4 funneling in to Electric's fire and just injured up into Solar. Let's keep that Solar hype going in the chat. I think it's working for him. They're just funneling right into this guy's barrel. I mean, it might get to the point where he just runs out of ammo, honestly.
And he's on 7 in a row. Finally, it will be Clover to shut him down. But guess what? He has 3 other teammates to back him up. And this has been a great hold here on the P2 Gallows, as they are going to be hanging the side of the retirement home by the noose. 10 Dahmers win 1 more. He sees Clip come out, but the team challenge is there. Electric somehow got a little bit of a split spawn, and now it's 20 seconds, and they're going to try to rotate this one. Guess who's waiting? It's Clover, but my goodness, the team shots are there, and the P3, we see this. This is the toughest hill to break. You clear out the first wave of defense, and this should be an easy 3 seconds at least for the side of the NM boys.
Yeah, it was until no one was over there. I like that Solar's playing to his strengths. Everyone says it's his map. He moved up, and he's a brick wall. That's a full wipe on the back of Solar alone. They have to kill this guy. There we go. 4 kills, finally gets it. It's going to be a nice push into this one side, but Oze, he got 1. Clover with the team kill. Big yikes. Electric able to catch his kill. And here we go, Solar's back in the kitchen, cooking it up. And everyone was saying he's going to be popping off, and he certainly is. And not to count Electric out on that as well. He's also doing great. But Solar, he got the hill time. He got the kills. Here we go, pushing up into the building. Gumpy, let's see what you can do in this site to hold him back.
what can they do indeed, as it's already Electric opens up with the first, Jose with the second, but they have the read on to Gumperific as, oh, Electric just runs right on through, and he gets some coverage from Dahmers, and look at that, it is a clean break onto this P4. I mean, they might not drop 40, but the other team might not even get 40 points. I don't think the game will go that long.
Yeah. To get 40 kills, the game got to get long enough, and it's not looking like it's going to. 19, 6 and 8, 6 and 12, 4, 11, 4. I can't even finish it. It's hard to say. Dahmers 5 streak, minute 9 on Solar, 14 and 5, 13 and 4, streaking and tweaking all over there for the New Mexico boys. Keep that momentum because you're definitely going to need it into this next one. But Clippo, 3 in a row, catching them all a little too hot. Full team wipe. Here we go, baby. Get this game back on your side, but it was all for scraps. However, Clover is on this next site. See what their team can do as we get a new fresh set of points.
Oh my god. People are not wrong. This is Solar's map. He's challenged out, and then Jose pulls out the knife, and he will slice and dice everybody like he is the head chef in the kitchen. But unfortunately, all 3 members will drop, and now it's up to Electric to try to hold on to this P5 Blacksmith, which is usually a relatively highly contested hill. But now they finally break the 40 points, and Solar, he lines them up, knocks them down. 19 and 7, make it 20. The man is finding triples off the screen. As you have a 100-point lead, it's gonna, be 130 after the first set of rotations.
Yeah, that is quite crazy. Honestly, Retirement Home had the positioning, had the players where they needed to be to get this site, and they did not get enough points, honestly. And they're really just playing for scraps at this point. And look how hard they have to fight just for scraps as they're rotating out. Clip is on the site. Jose gets the kill, gets into the building. Solar does not get over there as Clip's going to hold it off, but look at that, 20 health. He had to work for it. He's getting collapsed in on, but Retirement Home has the players where they need to be. They try and push in. See what Clip can get done here as there's one in the truck. No, sir. That is going to be a nice double and a triple for Electric. Oh my gosh, the team wipe. Baby, he's cooking.
My goodness, Electric, he is putting this game to bed. Him and Solar, it's just absolutely incredible. But the player that had such a good map 3, right? It was Erie. He is 9 and 20. Clover 8 and 17. They haven't broke double-digit kills, and we're heading on into the second set of P2 rotations. 120 points down. You need a miracle right now if you were the Retirement Home. They might even need a few set of knee replacements in there as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need a lot. I think they left their dentures out on that one. Here comes the streak down. I know they said 40 kills coming in, but I think they're just looking to close this game up. Oh, what a tough hill, too, to get broken by the streak as they try and collapse on in. Look at the spawns, though. They are favorable for the next one. It's not over till it's over. But looking at, I think the NM boys are really just kind of playing with them at this point. They're in recess. They're out playing outside with their food. And I think if the Retirement Home gets it together for a comeback, the NM boys will bring it back to reality and just continue the ownage here. Amazing. If you're going against the NM boys, definitely this is a map that you should not be playing them.
You absolutely should not, and they gave up 30 seconds, but look, they're fully set up as Solar's trying to go hunting for one more. He gets a second. Will he find the third? Erie did have the dead sound spot, so he didn't hear the man coming. Jose there to clean up the rest as he's cutting everybody down. And this is the hill you want to end it on. Do not let them get to the 100-point. Add it to the club if you must, as Jose, he lines them up, gets one, gets two. His teammates, it is the teamwork of the New Mexico boys. They are going to punch their ticket, I think, Chef, to the losers semifinals.
Yeah, I'd say so. I love that they gave up the 30 on the last one for the 60 here. Gumper, though, a little bit of life. But hey, Electric's on the site. I don't think he's going to let him come in. Look at them trying to close up in now. 16 left. They are in it. Electric on the 5 spree. teammates come in and spawn with him. Oh my gosh, Electric does fall, but his teammates in there. 8 seconds left. What an impossible trait here. If it's going to get done, it's going to be the NM boys. I believe that was an entire 60. Actually, the game didn't even last long enough to get the 60. Every single point available was made. 250, 93. Yikes, NM boys. You are cooking, baby.
They know what they are cooking with, and indeed it was oil or kerosene, gasoline, whatever is flammable to these guys. They are going to ignite it to the max as Solar 31 and 17, Electric 25 and 10. I mean, just things you just cannot make up. 25 non-traded kills from the Solar, a guy you and I have been talking about. If there's an MVP candidate for AR, it's Solar. This entire time he has been playing out of his mind. The NM boys, they will take the series in a 3-1 fashion. Retirement home, unfortunately, they got put to bed early, which they are not used to, or which they are used to now these days, I guess you could say. So they are going to be packing up their bags, but just a great bounce back series from the side of the NM boys.
Yeah, you know, I'll give it to the NM boys. You know, they chewed up the food for the retirement home players, you know, so they didn't choke on anything that they were serving them, because they were serving them a whole hell of a lot through that one, and they could not get it done. You know, Solar cooking everything with those solar rays, serving it up on the gold platter. Oh my gosh. Every single person at home definitely needed to learn something on that map. You know, we've been seeing this game for quite a while, seen that map for quite a while, but I was seeing a lot of amazing stuff I don't get to look at very often on the Fortress map. But NM boys, like I said, you got some stuff in your pocket. You're going home if you lose, and you got to pull that out. You know, he had all the coupons for the smorgasbord buffet, and they were dishing them up at the retirement home. So good on them, NM boys. Seriously good stuff as they move on to Infinite Florida.
And this is it. This is the final four, right? You have the side of Beaver Exhalation in the grand finals. You have Denver Surrender sitting in the losers finals. And now you have NM boys and Infinite Florida eSports. I believe this is very similar to the last LAN's final four, so the teams have really made it back. The only newcomer is Denver. The NM boys, they finished, I think, in 4th place, and then Infinite, I think, Infinite, this team has kind of had different names, but they finished, I believe, at 3rd and 4th as well. So this is nothing new when it comes to the LAN. You get to take a quick look at the bracket, and if somebody would go snag Oze, I would love to talk to him and bring him on in from the side of the New Mexico boys. But there you got to see the bracket in. Coming up after
Solar
this,
in there.
Yeah, we already had Solar. We got to get Oze for a second. Right. Yeah, maybe at the end if they win it all, we'll have to wait and see. But
all right.
Hey, we got to show some love out here. But Chef, Infinite Florida, New Mexico boys, who are you taking?
Honestly, both teams not perfect in their consistency. But I will say New Mexico boys were a little more consistent. Dahmers, Electric, Zay, Solar, honestly, all of them have their strengths. I feel like each round, each map, they all are picking on their strengths. They're able to show up. Infinite Florida, there's rounds that go by where no one steps up. So I think NM boys might have it on there, but it looks like we got him in there to chat. Graf, let's get a little interview going.
Absolutely. Oze coming off a great quarters finals victory, and I know everybody's been hyping up Solar, Dahmers as well, and you have been that consistent player. What is your role on this squad, and how do you feel about fitting on in with this team?
Yeah, so like you said, Solar and Electric, they're really good. So whatever I need to fill, that's my job. I'm just filling in the holes, man.
Hey, absolutely. Sometimes that's just what you need. You need to be that Hixie to the Toronto Ultra. And
right.
Hey, you've been getting it done, brother. You've been popping up in the kill feed, but coming up against Infinite Florida, I'm not sure if you guys have played them yet, or did you guys play them earlier?
Not yet.
No, not yet. So how are you feeling coming on into this loser semis?
Good. We're confident. We're ready to make this losers run, man.
Absolutely, Chef. What do you got for him for Jose?
I love that he brought up he's just filling up the holes, you know, and there's a lot of teams out there, you know, that have the holes and the other teams take advantage of it, but Jose's right there to block them off. You know, doubles, triples out there, absolutely slaying it. You know, Electric, Dahmer, Solar, everyone able to stand out. Give us a little insight on how the communication is on your team. What are some like call outs that you're doing? Who's really stepping up? And how do you guys bounce off of each other when one person steps up? Are they taking the lead in that map? Like on that last one, we've seen Solar going crazy. Give us a little insight on that communication.
Yeah, so all of us are pretty good friends. We're comfortable with each other, so our communication is really good. But whenever we have those pop-off moments, when somebody gets hype, our team just builds on it, and we just spark a fire.
There we go. All right, spark that fire and cook them up. You know, wow, just like the retirement boys on that last one, you definitely were serving it up. You know, you only lost that one round that we thought you were going to get in a 3-1, but you got 1-3'd. Let's just talk about that last map. Absolute slaying out there. What is it with your team and Fortress? What's a little hint that you can give our viewers at home here that is able to succeed so well on that map?
Yeah, we have a lot of reps on Fortress, but mainly our guy Solar. That's his map, man. That's his playground. So it's nice.
There
to
you
get
go.
him
All
on
right,
there.
just got to get Solar.
Yeah,
You just gotta sometimes let that one player cook, and Solar is that guy. But Jose, we're gonna be casting this next series against you versus Infinite Florida Esports. Good luck, and you know, have a good rest of the tournament, my man.
Thanks, man. I'm super excited. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Jose, amazing guy with the vibes coming in nice and chill. Like he said, you know, just let the mans who's popping off take it and go on the back of his energy. They're all friends, and that's what it's about. You know, sometimes these teams are forced, right? You hit them online, you're like, yo, send me the KDs. Oh, you got a nice KD. Let's get it. What's your rank and ranked? Oh, all right, yeah, we're going to be a good team, and no one got the vibe. And, you know, he came in there, he's sitting back, he's relaxed, just got off the victory. You know, got nothing but good things to say about his teammates. And, you know, don't restrict him. If your guy has a strength, you let him go do it and you help him out as much as you can. And that's what we've seen on the back of Solar. You know, I've seen a lot of players, they were getting ready to go in. You know, like Solar was on the hill on P3. He was ready to get the time. And I seen him poke out of it and no one was on the hill. They were like, yeah, go ahead. Don't worry about the first few seconds. You go do your thing. We'll take up the hill. And, you know, allowing that player to succeed is really what I like seeing from the NM boys. So I do like that insight from him. The communication looking real good. Coming against Infinite Florida, I definitely can see it as a strong suit.
And having that interview with Jose, he really just kind of gave me that vibe of, you know, where you were part of the project but didn't do a whole lot, but you still got the 8. That's what Jose, I feel like, just kind of had. He's like, hey, man, I'm just here along for the ride. He's doing the work that needs to be done, and I love that. He knows his role. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm okay with that. Just let my teammates fry, and that is a sign of, you know, that they have played together, right? They know how each other works, especially when it comes to those maps late into that series. He said, dude, just let Solar go out there. Let's pick that Fortress. And he absolutely fried him and Electric. But everybody, don't go anywhere. We have the losers semifinals coming up right after this. The NM boys going up against Infinite Florida Esports for the CGN event. Stay tuned.